Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at the disappearance of Linda Peterson from Murray, Utah, September 16th in 1978. 29 years old, 5 foot 8 inches, 130 pounds. She was reported missing by her husband September 30th, 1978. It says she stopped by his work to tell him she was going to Kentucky, and she's never been heard from since. And I just find that odd because it seems to me like if you're going to Kentucky from Utah, that you would give your husband more notice than to just stop by his work and tell him that. So I don't know. Brown hair, shoulder. I feel like I'm missing a lot of information, right? Brown hair, brown eyes, eyeglasses, pierced ears, scar tissue inside mouth running front to back. Pregnant. And how far along was she? So she's going on a road trip and she's pregnant with friends. And then I wonder how many people, you're 30 years old and you're married and you're pregnant. Going from Utah to Kentucky, that's a long ways. And how many people do you know that's going to do that in September when it's cold outside? It's not like a summer vacation. And you're going to have the time off work and not have it pre-planned, and you're just going to stop by and let them know. I feel like maybe she planned it and maybe it's just not listed here. I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Let me know what you think. I mean, am I missing information? I must be missing a lot of information. She was far enough along to be wearing a maternity top, an orange maternity top. So, and blue jeans. So it's probably maternity pants too if she's wearing a maternity top. So I don't know. Where's eyeglasses? Okay, so let's see what else they say. Charlie Project says there's some, it looks like maybe, yeah, there's two pictures there. May use the last name Gutsky or Hanoian. She was last seen in Murray, Utah. Her husband stated she stopped by his workplace to tell him she was going to Kentucky in order to visit friends. It's a long ways to go to visit friends. Then she rode away in a station wagon with other friends. So who were these other friends? What happened to these other friends? If she disappeared, did these other friends disappear as well? And why aren't they mentioned? She apparently never arrived in Kentucky. She never got in touch with her husband or her mother, who lives in California. So I could see her going to California maybe to visit her mother, but, it'd have to be planned. Her husband reported her missing 2 weeks later on September 30th. There are very few details in her case, but yeah, that just seems odd to me. So the Doe Network, let's see what they say. 5 foot 8, 130 pounds, 29 years old, 5 months pregnant. 5 months pregnant. She was reported missing by her husband. She stopped by his work to tell him she was going to Kentucky to visit friends. Or to go to Kentucky. I don't know. It's not something I would have done. Okay, so then I'm looking for people that might fit her description. And we do have the one in Weeki Florida. But I don't think so. But 20 to 30 years old, 5 foot 4 to 5 foot 6. That's too short. 2 years estimated PMI. So 78 to 1980. Yeah, unknown. Wrapped in some kind of red and green blanket. And it talks about jewelry. And here's a picture, which does look like, if there's a possibility, but. And then there's Bowling Green, Kentucky, but this was May 19th, 1978, and she didn't go missing till September. But there was somebody found in Kentucky that year that had only been dead for an hour, 25 to 45 years old. and they had been hit by a truck. Traumatic injuries. They did have brown eyes. Straight brown hair below the shoulders. So the fingernails and feet were well kept. Her autopsy report. Small leather coin purse containing a $1.49 coin. 2 big lighters, one yellow, one white. Blue jeans. Insulated black jacket. Size large. Big Smith brand. Blue-white short sleeve knit sweater. Yellow panties. White Playtex living bra size 38B. White athletic socks with red, white, blue stripes around the top. Tube socks. Silver hair barrette. Barrette. So there was somebody found in Kentucky that year. But it was way before September. And I wonder when the last time was her mother had heard from her. Los Angeles, California in August 1978. Only 5'2", though, and 85 pounds. Decomposed. So too short, weighed a lot less. Brown hair. Was found by hikers a mile east of Barham Boulevard. The body was on a ridge under a large bush near Barham Boulevard and Forest Lawn Drive. Her head was resting on a brown tote bag. 30 to 45 years old. So that's the right age, but then her height would have had to have been reported wrong. I don't know. And this person in Oregon. And Oregon's not that far away, but it says 1970 to 1975 is their date of death. And 5'1" to 5'4". So they would have been 14 to 25. That's younger, shorter, light brown, sandy or blonde hair. Pregnant, likely in her 6th to 8th month of pregnancy. So the year of death is wrong. Too young, too short, but they were pregnant. So, I don't know. That's Finley Creek. That's the only one I could see that was pregnant. Thousand Oaks, California. Somebody died in 1978 where they were found in September 3rd, which is before she went missing again. Too short, brown hair, weighed less. But they could have been estimating her weight and not knowing how much she weighed. Found on a hillside covered with plastic trash bags, severely composed, not visually identifiable. And that would have been only if she went missing before they were told. But Thousand Oaks is an odd place. In Union City, Georgia, which is really far away, 16 to 30 years old, March 24th, 1992, found. Estimated date of death years, but she's 5'8", 140 pounds. So about the right height and weight and age. So it doesn't say anything about being pregnant. So I don't know. But if she was going to Kentucky, artist rendering. So I don't know. If you have any information about what might have happened to Linda Peterson, even if somebody was drinking and talking years later, you didn't believe them, you thought they were full of it, or you're not sure if it's true, please contact authorities and give them the information and let them decide if it's relevant or if it's true, and let them figure that out. And if you know who any of the Jane Does are, if you know who any of the Jane Does are, please contact authorities and let them know that information as well, because these are all cases where family members with loved ones, they don't have closure. And please feel free to leave comments, because I feel like I don't have enough information, It just seems odd to me that she would just stop by her husband's work to tell him she's going to Kentucky when she's 5 months pregnant, and her friends would have time off, and they would be taking a station wagon and going on such a long trip. And what happened to her friends? What happened to the station wagon? Things like that. Why, was it something that was pre-planned? Did she call her mother? When did her mother last hear from her? Things like that. It's just like, I'm sure we're all curious, but you don't have to tell me. It's important for me that I feel like I just want people to remember her and think about her, and if somebody has information, to consider coming forward and telling the authorities, oh yeah, I've got this information and should come forward while I'm thinking about it and let you know so that you can help solve the case and so her family can have closure. And that's what's important, along with any of those Jane Does. That way you look at it, you think about it, oh yeah, I should give this information to somebody now. Or maybe I gave them this information years ago and they don't have it anymore. So maybe I should contact them and make sure they still have that information because it's a different investigator. Things like that. To me, that's, things that are important that might help solve the case and help families have closure. Anyway, don't forget to pray for their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.